Thank you for joining us on another episode of 5 Minute Salute, a program sponsored by the Firewatch and focused on the great things that veterans are doing here in our community in Northeast Florida. I'm Nick Howland, your host, and also Executive Director of the Firewatch, and I'm thrilled by this episode. We have a good friend of mine, Senior Chief Sean Strull, the Director of Training at Operation New Uniform. Sean, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Operation New Uniform.
So what we are is we try to help veterans transition over when they get out. It's a struggle.
Yep.
So we're trying to minimize that struggle as much as possible.
Yep.
We offer a free course to veterans to help them try to find their way in that civilian business world.
Yep.
And how to find that next career, not a job, but a career. We want them to succeed.
So fundamentally important. We know that veterans are most at risk of suicide in the first year following the transition out of the service and their first year as a veteran. So how many of your students at Operation New Uniform are early in that transition?
Most of them are within 6 months of either getting out or have, just trying to figure out their way and realizing that it's a struggle. So we're trying to get to them earlier to hopefully avoid that piece you're talking about, because it is a struggle. Yeah,
and Operation New Uniform is one of my favorite veteran serving organizations. I mean, I know the whole team there. I know the great work that you do. I even know many of your graduates, including the Firewatch. We hired one very recently as our new program manager, Derek Collins. Yeah. So what separates the service that Operation New Uniform provides over things like TAPS, the Transition Assistance Program that people get when they get out, or other career helping service organizations for veterans?
So what we try to do is focus on the veteran themselves.
Yeah.
Not a lot of veterans that go to get out try to think, I have to do what I did in the military.
Yes.
Whatever my MOS, my NEC was, whatever that was.
Yeah.
I have to do that.
Right.
We try to help them. No, you don't. You still have value out there. That uniform comes off. You've got some value still.
Yep.
And hey, let's figure out what you get a chance now to design your life.
Yeah.
How do you want that to work? How do you want that to look? Let's figure out what that career, what that path is going to be. Let's make you be successful. Let's get you hired somewhere.
An amazing service for veterans, not only here in Northeast Florida, but you're now handling or dealing with transitioning service members all over the country.
Correct. We primarily focused here in Florida, as you mentioned, but we have students nationwide. We offer a virtual component too, so it's great. We've had students as far away as Washington State, upstate New York, so it's been great.
So Sean, you are the Director of Training, but your career in the Navy was a Master at Arms. So Senior Chief, Master at Arms. Tell us about your Navy career.
So as you mentioned, Senior Chief, Master at Arms in security.
Yeah.
Trained dogs, ran dogs a lot of times. But I always had a passion for training and teaching.
Yeah.
And learning, either it was helping a handler trying to figure out their dogs.
Okay.
Or as you progress up the ranks, just training in the anti-terrorism, force protection drills, and those kind of exercises and those kind of things. So I always had a passion to do it.
Yeah.
It took me, actually, I'm an ONU alumni. It took me to come to ONU to try to figure out kind of where my niche actually was. Okay,
well, that leads to my next question. So what were your challenges after you retired from the Navy to get you where you are now? Obviously, you looked at ONU as a resource for you, took advantage of that. You were in one of the class, you graduated, now you're back teaching the class. But what were some of those challenges and struggles for you when you retired?
So as I went to get out, I heard, you have no problem finding a job, no problem. You have all these skills and experience and good to go, no problem.
Yeah.
That wasn't quite the case. What I discovered is that Senior Chief Strull had done a zillion things in the world. He had been successful. I have awards to prove it.
Yeah.
But Sean, who the new person I was becoming, hasn't really done anything.
Yeah.
And that was what I was struggling to find. And I was kept, for lack of proverbial, banging my head against the wall, trying to find my niche in life, trying to figure out where it was.
Right.
Finally agreed or wanted to come to ONU, or finally got convinced to go, I guess it was. Because you struggle. Vets are hard-headed, right?
Absolutely.
Go to this class. I'm like, no. And then once I finally went, I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
Now the world's opened up to me, and it helped me out a lot.
That's amazing. Well, you guys are doing amazing work. Thank you for what you're doing. Thanks to Michelle McManaman for founding it, and Kim Bynum for running the organization along with you. It's a tremendous organization. It's a tremendous resource for veterans. And I always say at the Firewatch, we're all about training the community to recognize the warning signs in veterans when they're struggling. And career transition is one of the top areas where they struggle. And then asking our folks who've taken our Watchlander training to help get veterans to the resources they need. Operation New Uniform is one of them that is most commonly referred to, particularly for veterans who are transitioning out of active duty. So Operation New Uniform is such a great resource in our community, and thank you. That, yeah. How can people find out more about ONU?
So we have a Facebook page, Instagram, we have our website. It's all ONU, just our initials, vets.
Yep.
The website is onuvets.org. Google search it. We're on LinkedIn pages. I'm all out and about as well. So any of us, we all a smaller staff, but we all have passion to just help and succeed in the community and just help every veteran we can.
onuvets.org.
Yes, sir.
Sean, thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for joining us on another episode of 5 Minute Salute. That was Sean Strull from Operation New Uniform. I'm Nick Howland, the host, and also the executive director of the Fire Watch. The Fire Watch is Florida's fight to end veteran suicide, and there's a role for everybody. Visit thefirewatch.org and learn how you can help. Thank you.